Welcome to Thoughts Roundup. Well, I greet you today with, I've had mixed emotions, and I'll just tell you about it. I had about decided to not do the program. I know it's a small offering as far as a program is concerned anyway. And it does take some time and that sort of thing. But to make the long story short, I was at a conference and a young lady stopped me and said, "Brother Marler, my father, Brother Steele, from LaGrange, Oregon, has had some sickness, not able to get around like he always had, and he listens to your program every day, and it relaxes him." So I said, okay. I said to my mind, okay, I will continue. So Brother Steele, anything that happens on this program, from now on, you're responsible for it. I'm just going to give a little short summary. Just some things I've jotted down. A little short summary of my life of 87 years. Of my life so far. I had a great wife. Number one, I had a great wife. And I miss her. My wife and I was able, by the help of the Lord, to build a great church. A church in Dallas, Texas. We started from scratch. When we went into the city, we knew no one. And we started from $380. It's still a great church today. And we have always been proud of the fact that we left something that is being continued. There's been a lot of miracles in my life, some of them personal, and a lot of people were healed because God blessed in church and when we laid hands on them. People stop me in the halls at conferences and camp meetings and say, "You may not remember me, you may not know me, but I got saved when you was preaching such and such a year," some of it way back. Others stop me and say, "Well, I got healed in the service when you came." And some stop me and say, "Hey, I remember what you preached 50 years ago." And I always say, "What was it?" Because it does me a little bit of good to know that people remembered something that long. And they tell me. And I think, yep, that's right. So I should keep giving. God has been so good to me. I should keep giving. I have 2 kids. They're not kids anymore. I have 3 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. And I'm old enough to go back and get a pair of overalls. I went to an old store down in Philadelphia, Mississippi. It's one of the old stores, just like the stores we used to have. They even cut meat in there. They sell clothes, food, whatever a family ever needed, they have it. And so they have got that same store. And so I got this pair of overalls in there. I had a pair of overalls, but they were too big, and so I never did wear them. So now I've got my overalls, and it's got Big Smith written across the front. So I tried to call Scott Smith and tell him he needed to get him a pair of these overalls that says Big Smith on them. And so anyway, so much for the rambling, but I did want to be with you today. And I know I missed a day or two, but I'll try my best to not do that too much. It might be that I ought to maybe make it 2 or 3 times a week. I don't know. Instead of trying to make it every day. Well, as my mother used to say, whichever way the drop falls, we just kind of do what we feel. But I'm so glad that I have you folks out there that get on and view my little offering to the public and to the church. God bless you. I love you all. I love you all. I love everyone. I don't have enemies and don't want any. God bless.